All right, hello and welcome to the Looking for Gold Scrims. This is week number 2. It is Thursday, and we're going to be featuring Plant Gang versus Ember. And I'm here joined today by Royal Ranger. Again, thank you for joining me.
Of course, as always,
As
pleasure to be
always.
here.
Yeah, it's nice to have you around. So this match between Plant Gang and Ember. Um, I'm excited to see this one. I think that these teams are going to be playing some great Overwatch today. This is week number 2. We have seen Plant Gang before, but we actually have not seen Ember, so I'm excited to see what they're going to pull out of their hands. Was Plant Gang? I don't remember. Were they the one that played a lot of Moira? I don't remember if they were or not. They played against
I
Topaz, right? Yeah, they did.
They did. I don't remember seeing very much Moira on that map or on those match.
Were you casting that one?
I was, yeah. I
You were.
casted Plant Gang and Topaz, yeah.
Okay. I don't remember who it was. Maybe the first match we featured or saw a lot of more. I don't remember exactly. But yeah, I think some of these teams do actually have time invested in Moira, which is pretty interesting. Definitely not meta. But if you can make it work, you can make it work. I'd love to see it work, you know. So we'll see. We'll see if that's going to be something to do. If we see some dive brig for once and for all, because I haven't really seen anyone but Apollo really pull that off. Haven't seen any teleporting brigs into the backline yet. That's still something I'm waiting to see, and I'm just anxiously hoping people, I don't know, start doing.
That's for sure. And I mean,
Dude.
I think that's something that we have yet to see rise in like Owl
Yeah,
and those higher ranks, but I think it's only a matter of time.
yeah, absolutely, definitely. Hello, Mighty Owl in the chat. It says fighting.
Fighting, yes.
Oh, thank you, Mighty Owl, for showing up. Awesome, awesome. All right, do these teams look like they're almost ready? Did we choose Lijiang Tower?
They did choose Lijiang.
Okay. Ember's order fine. Yes. All right. Are they ready?
I'm going to assume, but we'll just check real quick.
Mighty Owl says you have the best background.
Oh, thank you very much, Mighty. I appreciate it.
Very cool. Yeah.
It's very purpley.
It is very purpley. I like purple. Purple's a good color. Combo of purple
My mom
and
really
black
likes
is
purple.
solid too.
That's true. Yeah.
All right.
Looks like we're just currently waiting on Ember,
Ember.
and they are
Okay.
going in. I gotta say, I am high expectations from Plant Gang. Obviously, I've seen him before, but I'm very excited to see Ember and see what they can do and what they bring to the table.
Yeah. I'm gonna be staring pretty hard at their team composition as they come out the gates here. Because I really want to know what they're going to play. I am really excited for that.
I'm just waiting for the Mercio.
The Mercio, yeah, that would be a weird thing to see for sure. I'm seeing a lot of Lijiang Tower as the first map pick. By the way, it's almost like every single feature match we start on Lijiang Tower, which I don't mind. I love Lijiang Tower. Okay,
Yeah.
so what we're seeing here, James Bong and the Junkrat. We're gonna see that for sure. We're gonna see,
Not surprising.
like I said, okay. Look at this Moira coming up on Plant Gang. I'm pretty sure this team played a lot of Moira. I'm thinking this is the team. Shining Ember on the Mercy, Subspace on the Moira. We have Sim, which could just TP out of spawn, but they might be TPing to point. The other team also playing Symmetra, playing some Sojourn, and playing kind of like a more normal comp, except they're just playing Mercy instead of Lucio, so there's no speed boost here.
Plant Gang is going to. They're both going to TP onto point. Interesting.
Yeah, but Plant Gang
Totally
kind of made it there
unexpected.
first, though, didn't they?
They did, yeah. They had a good half second or so. And they're really showing that with the point control that they have now.
Yeah, they really that's all they have to really play on. Points can unlock in 2 seconds now, and they've already got turrets placed. I mean, if you're Ember, you kind of just like missed your opportunity to get to the point first. And so now you've got to overcome the fact that there's turrets defending that point. Now here's a TP. Are they just a fake TP? I think it looked like maybe just a fake TP there.
Might have been some sort of bait, yeah.
could have been just maybe a baited TP. It definitely, I mean, Planking killed it quickly, but here's a TP that might not be bait. They're going to put one down. I'm not even sure where the other side of... Oh, it's over there. Let's see the other side of it. Now, after we've, after we've watched this fight for a little while here, 30 seconds later, eventually Ember actually does poke out Plant Gang, and part of that could be the fact that Sojourn just simply has more range than the Junkrat. And while Junkrat can kind of hold that point for a little while and can be kind of a menace, if Ember just doesn't walk onto point, then I don't think that James is going to be able to get like the free value from Junkrat as easily.
Right, they really have to wait for them to get inside, otherwise Sojourn can just poke and not going to get much value.
Yeah, and Ember did, I think, a good job at just like poking for a while in the open side and letting the natural advantage of having the Sojourn just take its toll over time, and I think they did a good job with that.
Right, and Ember here going to defend the point again, and will surpass the percentage of Plant Gang.
Yeah, absolutely. After that fight win, that was pretty awesome. You see Plant Gang attempting to just TP through the window and on the point, but it didn't quite work in their favor. But what you see now is a lot of ults coming into this next fight. I mean, you've got both DPS ults from Plant Gang and both support ults, whereas on the other side, I mean, you also have 4 ults. But it's Plant Gang's like time to take the initiative.
Right, we're seeing both walls come out. Is that a tire right here?
There's a tire.
Oh, that poor Kiriko.
Absolutely. Lots of ults coming in from both teams here. I mean, we see 3 ults from Plant Gang against 3 ults from Ember, and Plant Gang does come up on top, though they are still down on percentage.
Right. But again, I think you said you pointed out the ult differences and the fact that they still won using less ults. That's going to be big for them.
Absolutely. So, do you think they should go over the bridge here, or oh no, they're just going to TP right to point?
Wow.
No, I like that for sure. We see the Coalescence coming out. Coalescence going to do great things, and we see a lot of kills from both teams utilizing the Orisa ults here. In fact, Archlion gets so many kills for his team. And that's 4 kills now for Archlion, actually. It's just a Moira, no fade on point, gonna die there. That's a great play from Archlion. We're already fully reinforced back on point here for Ember, as Ember just surpasses the nice 69% mark.
Obligated to say nice.
I say it every time. It's amazing. So now, I mean, we're doing what we can for Ember here, defending the point as best we can. Jag the Nerd, he's got Overclock, ready to start this fight with Overclock as soon as it actually comes into play here. And there's really no ults to be had from Plant Gang. They're not going to be able to push with any ults here. They're just going to go like face first into this Overclock, whatever it comes out. Although, good turrets coming in from Slowbro. Really deeply placed there on the other side of the point. And now it looks like Plant Gang is actually defending the point. And it's on Ember to come and actually contest the point. They are doing it just a little bit. That no one's pushing the Symmetra here on point from Ember's side. We see
how much value that tire can get.
Yeah, we'll see if the tire can get much here. Hawk's really just trying to hold the fort down with this Valkyrie. Goes for the res. Is going to find the res here. No one's going to be able to stop Hawks from getting that res off. Is Plant Gang puts down the sim wall. We see Archlion is now over on the ball to try to get that contest here. They don't, like, Ember doesn't have to win this fight. They can win the next fight, but they really do want to win it. Okay, so they're not going to be able to win that. It's 86%. They're going to have 13 more seconds to take this next engage here. They still have the sim, so I don't think that's a problem, right? You can just TP through the window onto the point.
Yeah, I don't think they're pressed for time. All they need to do is touch.
Well, now they are. There it is. Oh.
Oh.
Whoa. Oh.
A big break. I'm not sure. Was that Nihilus who did that?
I don't know. Did someone actually break the portal? Because that looks so fast that I almost wonder if Symmetra from Ember's side like canceled the portal by accident, like pressed the button again.
Yeah, a little bit with that spam. Some sort of panic spam there.
Could be, because that died quick. I mean, maybe they were looking for it. Like, I don't want to hold it against it. Maybe they actually did just say, break TP as soon as it pops up on window. Like maybe that was in their comms. I don't know. If it was,
Sure.
good play, because that was their only touch option, and they canceled it. So good on them.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Who do you
Because
think?
I know I've heard those cons before, but also executing it is much harder than it is to just tell people to do it.
Absolutely. Who do you think is favored in the Orisa v Ryan matchup?
Oh, absolutely. Well, in my opinion, the Orisa.
Yeah.
I think just Ryan's in a weak spot right now,
Wow.
and yeah, we're going to see uh, Plant Gang pretty easily clean up that fight.
Yeah, that was a showcase of Slowbro's prowess on the Symmetra, boasting 41% ult charge, higher than everyone else currently in the lobby.
Yeah, and that really is an impressive stat.
Yeah. And you see Arcline here, like, team's not quite ready, and he's already, like, pushing out just a little bit there. Seems like maybe a little bit of a miscommunication with the team.
It's a tad eager, but they managed to
They're pulling
not
together.
lose anyone there. He's under half, but I think if they stabilize, they do have a chance to push in here. Especially with that pick from the Kiriko.
Definitely. We're going to Jag the nerd here. This poke here is kind of critical for Ember to be able to make some progress on point. They're really just looking to bait out a couple of cooldowns. Because by the time they get in, they still have to kill turrets first before they make really any progress. And they just want to be already up in sort of the resource advantage before they have to walk in there. Some clean picks. But the turrets are still alive, and Ember doesn't have a tank. So despite the clean picks, I don't think, like, Ember is still going to have trouble quite getting in there.
Right.
There's a Shatter. And the Overclock
And
comes
they
out.
will
The
get the
Tire's
kill.
going to get a couple kills here. I said a couple, I meant a few.
Three.
They're going to go for a Res. Res is going to just cancel itself. I think Shiny Umbreon just kind of drifted a little too far away from that soul there. 7 meter is the most you can pull away, and I think you went maybe 7.1 meters.
Unfortunate, but
It
they
is.
did have 3. And I think at this point, Archline, you've got to swap.
Yeah, I don't know. The Rhine is quite the play here. And also, like, I also see Jag the Nerd going on this wide flank. I don't know if you've got time for this wide flank. Maybe you do. Here's Moira coming with the Coalescence, and Flanking's got the wall and the turrets. I really don't see what kind of play you can... I mean, like, yeah, Archlion really just is rushing into the point and just kind of dies immediately. It's the only thing he could do. Not really much else he can do. We got the Valk coming from Hawks, just trying to keep the team up as much as possible, but you're not going to keep it up with Orisa just using Terra Surge on point like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And after that initial fight, I think you see the Orisa that you're going up against. It might be in your best interest to, again, swap off of that Ryan early. Maybe you lose some of that ult charge, but in the end, it might be better.
Indeed.
Massive tire from James Bong.
Oh, yeah. You love to see it. Love to see a good old tire.
Indeed. I hate to see a tire coming into my face, but
Oh, yeah.
love to see one casting.
Every time the tire comes at my face or towards me, I'm like, yo, let's talk about this, you know? And that's where I get into the match chat. I'm like, listen, I can offer you riches. I can offer you bitches. You just please
I can offer
don't
you
tire
whatever
me.
you want. Please.
Anything, dude. I'll offer you anything. Just don't give me the tire. And then what I do is I proceed to point at Ranger. I'm like, yeah, go kill that guy with the tire.
Yeah,
Promise you'll
absolutely.
enjoy it better.
Without fail.
Yeah, just
They always listen to you for some reason.
just a little smirk and a point over to Ranger. They know what I mean. They know what's up.
Yeah, I'm pretty irresistible to tires. That's true.
Hell yeah. I mean, same, but yeah. Dang. I need to like advertise this feature match more. We got 7 people in here. We need like
7.
thousands though, because yeah, we
True.
want
But hey,
thousands of people.
these 7, these ones are the real kings.
That's true. Absolutely.
And speaking of kings, we're gonna be moving on to King's Row.
Speaking, what a transition. Look at you.
Look at me. Hey, what do I say? I'm a professional.
Obviously,
Yeah,
absolutely
yeah,
a professional. I didn't even think of that. Speaking of kings, we're moving to Kings Row.
yeah.
Damn.
And a little bit of a lineup swap from Plant Gang.
Okay.
That'll be fun to see. They've got Nihilus and James Bong swapping their roles. And
Indeed.
I don't think Nihilus necessarily did poorly on Li Jiang. I think he played well.
Yeah. I think I did too. Ember definitely put up a pretty good fight. Like I actually like how they played a lot of Li Jing, is it Li Jing Tower, that middle one, the first round.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
They call
Gardens? Is that one Gardens?
did they call that one Gardens?
I think so.
It's Garden, Night Market, and Control Center. Yeah, it's Garden. Um,
Yeah.
I like how they played Garden. I enjoyed that.
I did. Yeah, they were good with the teleporters. Um, they also consistently held point, which was big. I think what was it, 3 fights in a row they were able to hold?
Yeah, and I just like how patient they were in that first fight.
Yeah. They waited for the picks because they knew they had the better poker comp, and they said, "Hey, let's use this to our advantage."
Indeed.
Now enter
All right.
King's
Now,
Row.
as we all know, Ryan, I'll say it again, not in the best spot, but it is King's Row.
It
Do you
is Kings
think we'll
Row.
see it, or do you think we'll see something else?
I know we're gonna see it. Like we saw. I mean, if Ember is willing to play Reinhardt last map, come on, they're 100% playing Ryan on this map.
Yeah, I agree. That's true.
He's got to be. So I'm expecting to see Reinhardt on that side. I don't know about Plant Gang though. Maybe they play the Reinhardt. It is Ryan Law.
Maybe.
Yeah, there you go. James Bong swapped from the Junkrat over to the Reinhardt. Okay.
Although we're seeing a monkey for
Wait, no way.
Archlion.
Hold up. Hold up. Wait a minute.
On
Hold up.
oh, we're seeing not only the monkey, we're seeing Banana Rush.
Just full on classic Banana Rush. Coming from Ember here. You know what? Respect, actually?
Yeah.
Wow. That's a, like, I did not think they were going to swap to a monkey comp. Now, can they make it work? That's a whole nother thing. But if you look at 3 turrets on this first wall here, I mean, like, if they just rush or jump past that, then those turrets mean nothing, and then your sim could just die. Let's see how they do this. See how the first jump is. I mean, Reaper's gonna just start TPing in.
I'm not sure anyone noticed that.
I want to say that they did. This is some interesting stuff. Where's Arch gonna be jumping to? Arch kind of like hesitating to find a jump here.
Yeah, I
trying to
think
kill those
more
turrets, but the
initiative.
turrets don't matter anymore. Sim's up top. He's going to go for the Sim. Sim's isolated. Sim could die here. Sim does die here, in fact.
Do they have res, though? I believe they do.
They probably do have res, and I think they are going to go for it. Yeah.
Archline guarding that brilliantly. Didn't work, though.
Look at the Reinhardt up top. I mean, look at James Bong just, like, chasing the enemy backline through the alley, finding the picks they need to make sure this fight is not going to swing out of their favor. Yeah, if you're Ember, you have to group up here.
Yeah. Any sort of just, collect their senses and figure out who they want to jump next.
Yeah, definitely. And now, especially, okay, the wall's out and the barrier for Monkey is out here too. But if Ember wants to make a play there, they really have to have the wall, or sorry, the Monkey bubble. And what you're seeing there is the consequence of trying to make a play without the Monkey bubble, where Monkey just kind of explodes.
Yeah.
Play here, I think.
Bubble is so crucial.
Yeah, totally. This jump is, I would say, interesting from Archlion. I think that what Ember really needs to do here is group up in Cinema and go to the second floor and get a nice amp speed together to make like a rotation around this choke. Because obviously, don't fight this Reinhardt, right? Just go anywhere else. Literally anywhere else. Do not fight the Reinhardt in the turrets. There's the Mei wall that's out of commission. So now we can start pushing on the point, which is kind of what we're seeing here. Although, few early deaths here for Ember. They've already committed overclock. It's not what you want to see if you're Ember. Now Archlion is kind of caught. No cooldowns on the point. It's going to die.
And something brutal that happened early fight. That Mei wall actually blocked the Kitsune rush from Hawks.
I didn't notice that. That's actually a gig of... Wow, that's like a...
It's
5 head.
Indeed.
Wow. I wonder if he meant to do that. Now we're just assuming like...
Sure, yeah.
Like, Ember has Primal. And I don't know... I mean, against 4 ults, so that Primal's not going to do anything. So this is going to be rough. Yeah. And if Monkey just jumps out in front, just like away from Reinhardt and leaves the backline exposed like that, I feel like Ryan is just going to find the most devastating shatter. And really, like, this ult advantage that Plant Gang has developed over this match, it's just getting bigger and bigger, and the clock is ticking. And so this is going to be heartbreaking.
Yeah. I'm not sure what they can do at 45 seconds left, but
You do a beat.
a swap off comps, they do have beat. That's true. Engage with that. Potentially.
Potentially. The Primal is coming out now. We still have 3 ults available. We got Blizzard, Shatter, and Mercy ult here for Plant Gang. So I think they're still extremely healthy. Here comes the Shatter. Shatter is actually blocked. There's the Blizzard. So 24 seconds left on the clock. Now, that's a pretty big ult commitment from Plant Gang, given the time pool remaining, which means we could see another fight after this if Ember decides to regroup, although it doesn't look like they are. They're kind of regrouping. Yeah, they're kind of regrouping. Okay.
It's a soft pullout.
Soft pull. They still have Simwall and they still have Mercy ult to get through. There's the Mei wall's down. Here comes the Simwall. This is going to be tough to beat as James Bong just charges into the enemy. Yeah, that's pretty well played from Plant Gang. I respect the attempt at Ember coming out the gate here with Banana Rush. That's a tough comp to play. It's a good comp when played well. And I think with just a little bit more coordination, they could have done a lot more with that.
Yeah. I've seen high level skill or high level teams struggle even more on that comp than Ember has. And you're right, it is so crucial in Banana Rush to be able to communicate well with your team and coordinate these dives. Unfortunately, it just didn't pan out.
Yeah, that's true. The question is, are they going to stay on the comp? It doesn't look like they are. And we're going to see Jag the Nerd on Ashe. So, completely different take. This is an absolutely different in every way team comp. I mean, you're not playing the Lucio, you're playing the Mercy, so you're going to play more poke. You're going to pocket the Ashe. So your Ashe is going to hold a nice angle. It's going to be fortified with the Mercy pocket. And you're going to be playing the Mei with an Orisa, which means you're going to be playing for walls. And you got the Kiriko. So, like, pretty much a completely different comp.
Yeah, and I think it's the right choice, honestly.
Yeah.
I think you saw it didn't work. You switched to something that you're probably a little more comfortable on.
Yeah. No, I agree with that. What we're seeing from Plant Gang, pretty standard. I'd say interesting with the Mercy pick. Mercy, Ryan, interesting combo. We'll see how they play it. Sim on attack, also kind of interesting. Check out Nihilus at the top. I guess goes for a couple of shots and then swaps. You go over to Sojourn. See Ashe on the high ground up here. Just looking for that dynamite. Finds a little bit of dynamite there. They might just TP straight onto the Ashe Mercy up here. Should be actually
James
a pretty
Bond
good play.
will be alone up there, but yeah, he pushes them off the high ground.
Yeah, for a moment there, Hawks got separated from Jag the Nerd. But they were able to find their way back to the team. Although what you can kind of see now is that Nihilus has kind of fortified the position that Jag the Nerd was in. They just need one tick. Do they realize this? Ember realize it's one tick? No, this is not give 2 ticks and recontest. They need just 1 tick. Oof. Unfortunate.
Very, very unfortunate. Not the best of maps for Ember, but I think they'll be able to come back. from what I've seen, they definitely have the ability to come back.
Indeed, they could also call for a halftime here, and then during the halftime, they can just go like they can go and chug an energy drink and just come back and just be like, "Yep, all right, time to diff them." You know what I mean?
Yeah, just regroup,
Regroup
have
mentally.
a have a ding dong, come back.
Have a ding dong.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You don't love ding dongs?
No, they're great. That's just such an interesting thing to bring up. Of all the things at top of your mind, just ding dongs. I guarantee
Ding
there's ding
dongs.
dongs in your cabinet right now.
Oh, hey.
Guaranteed.
I'm not gonna move my camera or anything.
Not gonna
So
move
I
like
will
on your
I will
desk
neither
right
confirm
now.
nor deny.
On your how many are on your desk right the fuck now?
My background, I
Yeah.
have a green screen, except it's actually a ding dong screen, and that's what
Wow.
it edits over.
How many empty ding dong boxes are in your room right now?
Dozens.
Sheesh. Okay. Wow. How many ding dong boxes does your katana cut through?
Okay, well, are they full
No,
or
no, empty. Obviously they're empty.
empty? Empty. Okay. I'd say just in a straight line, it can cut through, I think, 7.
7 at a time. Damn.
Yeah. It's impressive.
Yeah, I think that's more than just the power of the katana. That's got to be the power to the user. I mean, you must be really good with the sword.
Yeah. Or ding dong boxes are just really, really like paper thin.
Just want to say a moment here. The map, the team that loses the map gets to choose the next map. So Ember actually, I think chooses here. Ember,
My mistake.
it's all good. Um, you can write it.
Okay.
Yeah.
We have another switch again with Nihilus and James Bong.
I wonder if James Bong is going to play tank this time too. They were first
Uh,
with Junkrat, then they played Ryan.
I don't. Well, they just swapped them back again, so I
Okay,
believe he's on DPS this map.
makes sense. Now while we're waiting, we'll take a look at our players to watch leaderboard today. Dude, we got Robo 2 Rocks on the Echo, as you can clearly see here. I'll give you a moment to take in these stats and just enjoy it. Has Ember chosen a map yet?
They have not.
Okay.
They're breaking out the ding dongs. I'm telling you.
I'm sure they're breaking out the ding dongs. They're discussing. Okay.
Okay.
Big decision. I mean, okay, I get it. You're 0-2. You got to win this next map if you want to stand a chance at winning the match. So, taking a look at our map pool here, their choices are Dorado, Shimbali, and Route 66. Now, I don't think the Banana Rush worked. I think that they did best so far on Orisa. Um, so, expecting them to play Orisa in this next map, do you think they should run Dorado, Shimbali, or Route 66?
I would say Dorado out of
Dorado?
those three.
If they're going to play Orisa?
That's what I would think.
Really?
Yeah, Shambali and Route 66. I mean, Shambali has good Orisa potential, but at
That's
the very
factual.
least, don't pick Route. Route has too much high ground. And they will pick Dorado, it looks like.
Okay, so it's going to be Dorado anyway.
And Oh, yet another switch from Plant Gang. Nice and James Bong.
Wait. Okay. Okay.
So if I'm yet another switch from Nihilus and James Bong.
Wait, what?
Um, I believe yes. Okay, we have James Bong on DPS, Nihilus on tank.
Put me in, coach.
And we're gonna. All right. Okay. Are you a coconut or a pomegranate man?
Um, between those two, I suppose I would go coconut.
Coconut. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's respectable.
I
Yeah.
think you have to pretty much add some sort of sweetener to make pomegranates even remotely palpable. And then coconuts are just kind of good.
Coconuts are just kind of good. Although I
Yeah.
don't like the water. I will say that.
Yeah. You ever get coconut milk with your Starbucks latte?
I don't. I've never
No?
tried that. I also don't like lattes.
Yeah. Sorry, we'll delete that footage for you, chat. Didn't mean to expose you to that. Wow. Sheesh.
All right, from Ember.
Gonna mark this
We're looking-
NSFW. What the fuck? Jesus. You can't just go around saying that. We have to follow Twitch TOS and everything. What are we saying from Plant Gang here? You see a Mercy
Oh.
and a Junkrat just sneaking.
Yeah, and we're seeing the Sig, a classic Dorado pick. Monkey on Ember, also pretty common.
You know what's not common though? Junk Sim defense on Dorado with a Moira. What is this? You know,
It's
this is amazing. That's all it is.
yeah. I think if they manage to do well on this comp, that's a testament to, I mean, them playing the way they know how to play.
Oh my god, James goes so high with the Junkrat. Manages to get out of there. Pretty safe. As we see Ember actually making some good progress here with the cart. Halo's moving.
And they did swap to a pharmacy, Ember.
I think that's smart. You know, I mean, look at Junk Sim Moira. I mean, who's gonna threaten you here? Like it's like you'd have to get close enough really to Sigma for anyone to actually do anything to you.
Right.
I mean, there's no effective range from Plant Gang to deal with this bar. There's no way they stay on Junk Sim against us.
Yeah, I think that's a very heads-up play from Jack the Nerd and Ember in general.
Yeah, that's a really good play. Now, that said, you know, it's still on Jag to actually get the hits, get the directs, and bait out these cooldowns so that Monkey can go in and do something. And you know, working together with I'm a Kaizuku. How can you say that? Oh my god.
I'm a Kaizaku.
I'm a Kazoku. I'm gonna call him Goku.
Fair.
Oh man. So
I'm a Kazoo, maybe?
Oh, okay. They do manage to get a pick off on the Moira, but the issue at this point is that it's kind of like too little too late. The pick from Ember doesn't really happen until Ember's team pretty much dies. So not really able to capitalize on that so much. Pharah is a good pick. The damage needs to have a little bit more presence on the enemy team, a little bit more threat presence in order to like continue to keep that damage flowing. Because what I'm seeing right now is just like occasional pressure from the Pharah, and then it seems like the Monkey is not really synchronized with that pressure. That makes sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's really... That's sort of team coordination. Just between the two, right? You're unable to pressure and capitalize upon when you do. Although...
Whoa. Wait, nobody died
That's
yet, though.
definitely gonna... Unfortunately. But
The tire's moving up. Tire was trying to fly. Oh my, wait a minute. That tire. Oh my, what a rock. Oh.
All right.
Wait a minute.
New counter for Pharmacy.
Wow.
Junkrat.
James Bond been watching some J3 on Twitch, learning how to play the J silly. Oh my. This is kind of gross. Okay,
Oh,
Jag
Jag with
picks up a
two though.
couple. This is what we want to see if you're on Ember's side here. Although they do allow the res to go off on Junkrat. Your Jag playing a little bit of a ground far at the moment. You want to get up in the air there. There we go. Pressing the Junk. Junk can die here. It's very close. Almost. As
Jag
Subspace
dying to the
does get the
Moira.
kill. Yeah. Subspace is, as long as you're within 20 meters of that Moira, she actually can hit you, which is not ideal for the far, obviously. See, oh man. Yeah. James Bong getting a lot of value on the Junkrat. We see now Shiny Umbreon pulling up a Glock against Hawk's enemy Valking Mercy. Obviously didn't hit any of the shots. Obviously just pulling up a Glock for the meme. But I respect it. Not.
Yeah.
Oh no. Archlion jumps right into a Junkrat trap. Not where you wanted to land if you're Archlion on that jump.
That will. Yeah, that is unfortunate.
Unfortunate. Wow.
Score 0.
Impressive hold from Plant King there.
True, yeah, especially because they didn't have any sort of hit scan to contest a pharmacy, and yet they still held.
They did indeed still hold there, and despite not having anyone to deal with the far, like any hit scan or anything, they still did have access to, like, Moira is not necessarily a hit scan, but it is like an instant beam, right? If you're within 20 meters, that can get you. And I think the range on Sim's beam is something like 15 meters, something around there. And if you're within 15 meters of that, you don't necessarily need to have hit scan. That beam will beam you. Easy to track with, right? It's super easy to track. And so if you're Pharah, the trick there is just really not getting within that effective range. Yeah. But Pharah did get into the effective range. Yeah.
Looks like we're gonna see a Genji from James Bong.
The Genji is going to come out, and you don't see the Genji come out too often. It's kind of a confidence pick, in my opinion.
I would agree with that, yeah. Ember sticking with their comp except for the Reaper and Kiriko, I believe. Yes, or
they're back on Banana Rush except for the Lucio's Just a Mercy.
Ah, yes.
Interesting. Okay, and Nihilus onto the Diva here is actually, I think, going to be super effective against Monkey. Like, I think if you're Monkey and a Diva, I don't think that feels super good. However, as long as the Reaper stays with the Monkey, it's fine.
Right, yeah. Reaper has so much damage output that Diva should be scared to take that fight between the two of them.
Yeah. And we have Monkey trying to regain the top of the high ground here. And for Plant Gang, I mean, you just want to deny these high grounds as much as possible, especially on the Diva. Again, I think both teams are really just looking for the long fight here. And Plant Gang, honestly, finding a lot of space they need here, getting all the kills they need, and suddenly there's just no one left alive on Ember's team to contest the point, just inching towards victory.
Yeah, and that's such a difficult thing to hold that close.
Yeah.
You really can't afford to make any mistakes.
Truly, no, I agree with that.
What efficient defenses.
Burr. There we go. Nice.
I forget how much ammo Sim has.
Quite a lot.
Yeah.
Pretty good amount of ammo.
I mean, the sheer amount. How long can you hold her beam? What is it? Something like probably 10 seconds ish.
Long enough.
True. Long enough.
Long enough to get some value, right? Indeed.
Mm-hmm.
So Ember's map pick again here. It's just going to be one of the push maps. I don't know what map they're going to pick or what they want to pick. Fable says hello in the chat. Hello, Fable.
Hello, Fable.
Dude. Ember's pick again.
Oh, I missed the S. Ah. Look at me. Spelling errors.
Missed the S. Let's see. Embers. Oh, Embers. Pick again.
Ember. Yeah, Embers.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
Now I think I know what your favorite push map is.
I've already told you
But
this multiple
I
times.
know. But why do you hate New Queen Street?
Why?
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of just like really boring. It's kind of like just like a wild S sort of thing, and it's just constant. It's just like every lane looks pretty much the same. So it's like even if you take a fight in a different part of the map, you're taking the same fight. It's the same geometry. It's not interesting. A lot of long angles. Long angles allow for like snipers. I don't really like long angles. It kind of
Hmm.
just like it stifles your ability to be creative with team comps because I mean it's like you definitely have to play a long range DPS. It seems like maybe I'm wrong about
Right.
that. Maybe maybe other things are viable, and even if like it's the point about the not so different geometry kind of still stands. It's like it's still just like a path, and then there's like maybe a high ground on one side or the other, and it's just the way it's so like every street is kind of just the same. Whereas if you look at Esperanza, right, it's just better. Like the different parts of the map are very unique, very different.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah, and I like that. I like that a lot.
Yeah, I do agree that New Queen does seem to be just like one long map, whereas, as you said, Esperanza is very unique. You know where you are, and there are very clear sections to it, which makes it more fun.
Right, clear sections, and because the geometry is so different in every section, the fights feel a lot different too. And there's reasons why you might want to take fights in one part of the map rather than the other. Whereas on New Queen Street, it's like it's pretty much the same.
Yeah.
It feels the same. It's just
Um,
like not that interesting.
Seeing a Rhine come out for James Bong on Plant Gang.
Indeed.
Um, I won't say I dislike the pick, but I think it's interesting.
Yeah, but look at Ember. What do you think about that?
5, 4,
Ember with the Doomfist. Oh, and swapping off the Hanzo into. I think they have potential. Ana with the Doomfist is good. Sojourn with Mercy is very good. And then, I mean, Reaper's Reaper. He can hold his own. And we will have Plant Gang on the point first.
Yeah, as you can see, Ember has, I think, a great approach to the point here. Just like playing on this side of the map with the Sojourn on the bridge, I think is playing towards his strength. The thing is, with Doomfist kind of like rushing ahead like that, and the rest of the team not really being able to follow up with them, does feel a little bit weird, right? And so Doomfist being played with the Ashe and the Sojourn means that Doom is kind of going in alone.
Okay, I see your point. Yeah, it's true.
Right? So if you play Doom, you kind of expect also to play a Tracer, because the Tracer can kind of follow you in. And here it's like Doom versus the world, right? And you can't be having that. That's not ideal. I guess maybe in this scenario you would try to like you dive in for not for picks but for attention and try to enable your DPS to take better angles. Here it looks like Doom is actually just trying to like go for rollouts on the enemy farm. Wait a minute, hold on. If we have like a Doomfist enthusiast here.
I would love to see it.
Oh my god, wait a minute. Ryan's just kind of going in. You see some flanking action going on. Like Ashe with the Mercy Pocket, flanking all the way behind the enemy team as the cart just kind of pushes. Well, Nihilus not really feeling... they're just feeling perfectly fine taking the duel in the backline like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're just kind of getting the stalling. but you can't just sit around forever. So he's going to be able to get out of there alive. I mean, Doomfist has incredible mobility, obviously.
Right, but I really don't see how they're. I mean, there seems to be a lack of pressure on the pharmacy, and that's really hurting them.
Yeah, and Jag is looking at her. Jag's looking at her right now. But I mean, like, at this point, the bot has moved very significantly in favor of the plant gang. So while I think that this fight's winnable for Ember, it's going to be multiple fights. And oh man, these turrets are just destroying Archlion here. Like, those turrets have to be dealt with. If you're going to power block there. Dang. Yeah, no, this is a big amount of momentum from Plant Gang. I mean, I think they're just playing super well right now. Here comes all the ults as the cart starts to reach the finish line. Archlion now on the Orisa kind of just gets melted immediately. Overclock comes out, finds absolutely nothing, and the cart hits the end. A little bit soul crushing there for Ember. Plant Gang coming out of here with a pretty decisive 4-0 victory.
Yeah, that's always rough to end on. I know I've been there before, being pushed like that. Not a great feeling, I must say.
Yeah, definitely. These are the kind of losses that are pretty tough to take. But again, I mean, these are definitely like potentially learning situations for Ember here, for example. This is good VOD review material to kind of like find their weaknesses in, and hopefully come back the next round with more on the table, and come back with more of their strategies. So yeah, I want to see if anyone wants to do any maybe post-match interviews. Anyone want to do a post-match interview? I'll ask. We'll see if anyone wants to do a post-match interview.
Any takers?
Any takers? Okay. None from Ember.
Nihilist from Plant Gang.
Okay. Nihilist. Does he really? I don't want to pull someone in if they don't really consent to it. Okay.
Maybe.
Okay, cool. We'll bring Nihilus in here. Hey, Nihilus, how are you?
Hey, I'm doing all right.
Hey there. So big win today.
Yes, thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah, you played a little bit of tank and a little bit of DPS. Which do you prefer?
I'm a big tank player myself, but Shaved Almonds is also our, back in 6v6, me and him would play tank together. So since 5v5, we've had to swap off. There are certain heroes I think I'm definitely better on the off tanks, and I think he's much better on Reinhardt, and I think we're both pretty good on Orisa, but he's a very good Roadhog, much better than me.
Wow.
So we'll swap off every now and then. We haven't had a lot of opportunities to, but today was we had some good chances. Yeah,
definitely. It seems like you both got your fair share, kind of on the roll. And then man, James Bong, he just like pops off on the Junkrat too. Like what a rat player.
And he's been playing Junkrat a long time too. So Junkrat being like pretty good right now is super, super nice.
Definitely super nice. I definitely saw on Dorado Tire flying up the wall, going straight at the Pharah. Like, yeah, that's the target. Woo! Chases the Pharah down. Actually, does get the Pharah eventually, which is pretty Looney Tunes like to see.
There's no hesitation.
Absolutely no. It's just went straight for the Pharah. So, who do you think you want to play against next round?
Next round, oh man, I'm not too familiar with the team names. I'm very excited going 1-1 in a Swiss bracket. I guess that means we're gonna be playing another team that's also 1-1, so a team that's been winning or something like that. I'm excited because Topaz Titans, that was a really, really close match for us. There were a couple things that we definitely needed to clean up. And then today we felt really good. So I'm excited to get into the next one. I don't know who it'll be, but I'm excited for to play any of these teams that I think is going to be a good challenge.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. And I mean, at this point, like 1-1 is not bad. Like that's fine because in the end, the playoffs are they're gonna cut to the top 6, right? And 1-1, you're in a position where you could still get top 6, absolutely. And so yeah, I mean, you're definitely not out of the playoffs at this point. Yeah, absolutely. So any questions for us? I guess I don't know.
Not at all.
Not at all.
Hashtag Plant Gang. Let's
Hashtag Flank.
go.
I love your logo, by the way. Your team's logo is awesome.
Oh, thank you, thank you. The Subspace. Shout out
Subspace
to
made
Subspace.
it. Shout out to
Mhm, mhm.
Subspace. Good, good logo. I like it. All right.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, thank you again for joining us in the post-match interview, and I wish your team fortune moving forward.
Appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
All right. Have a good one.
Mhm.
Bye. All right, that's going to wrap it up for today's feature match between Plant Gang and Ember. I hope you all enjoyed it. Thank you again for joining me, Royal Ranger, and have a wonderful day.